Hello, and welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we want to learn some confusing vocabulary, so let's get started. Today we're looking at this vocabulary: run down, and run down. One's an adjective, one's a noun, and one's a phrasal verb. Confusing, right? Let's take a closer look. First, let's look at the adjective, run down. We need a hyphen in the middle to make the adjective. And what does it mean? It can mean two different things. I can say the house is shabby and run down. It means it's in bad condition. What does shabby mean? It means it's in bad condition. So you have two things that mean the same thing. You might think it sounds redundant, but it doesn't. It sounds good. The house is shabby and run down. It's in bad condition. Let's hear some examples.
In these streets, this house, it's so shabby and run down.
Yeah, and I guess it just got all magically run down and all, eh?
Wait a minute.
It's run down and dirty, poor and pathetic.
I moved out here since we get married for Christmas now, and this place has been a little run down, and I've been meaning to fix somebody.
Let's practice. Is the house shabby and run down? That's right, the house is shabby and run down. I can also use the adjective run down to describe a person who's really tired. And I can say tired too. She's tired and run down. She feels tired and run down. Let's hear some examples.
He's run down, needs a rest.
But you can't even see when a man is totally run down, and that in a wife is inexcusable.
Let's practice. Does she feel tired and run down? That's right, she feels tired and run down. She's exhausted. Now let's talk about the phrasal verb run down. If somebody gets hit by a car, I can say they were run down by the car. That's the phrasal verb. Example, he was run down by a car. That means a car hit him. He was hit by a car. He was run down by a car. Let's hear some examples.
The only way you'll ever end up lying next to me, Max, is if we're run down by the same car.
Now they say the big fella's gonna be poisoned. Run down by a truck. Shot up by poison dart. Have acid thrown in his eyes.
And be run down by a pack of orcs.
Police claim the driver of the hit-and-run vehicle ran down the teacher
Hello?
in cold blood.
Did you hear?
What happened? That woman you ran down is dead, Jay.
Mr. Wood, I'm told you've been telling people she was run down by a car.
Let's practice. Was he run down by a car? That's right, he was run down by a car. Now let's look at the noun run down. It's one word. It's countable, so I can say a rundown, or I can use the and say the rundown. What is it? It's an analysis of something. It's a summary of something. That's a rundown. Example, one police officer is talking to the other police officer, and he's giving him a summary of the investigation. So I can say he's giving him the rundown on the investigation. We use the preposition on. He's giving him the rundown on the investigation. Let's hear some examples.
Hello?
Hey, boyfriend. Let me give you the rundown.
I will call Charles and give him the rundown.
Why don't you give everybody the rundown?
If you fellas don't mind, I think I'm gonna borrow Karen and just give her the rundown on the colony.
Here's the rundown on that shooting up at Sunset this morning, Captain. Oh, okay.
Let's practice. Is he giving him the rundown on the investigation? That's right, he's giving him the rundown on the investigation. A summary of the investigation. That's the rundown. So remember this confusing vocabulary. Rundown, and rundown. One's an adjective, one's a phrasal verb, and one's a noun. And they all mean different things. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.